My daughter needs a husband, her mother said. And I replied, then tell her to come to my house. The words slipped out of my mouth before I had time to weigh them. Then tell her to come to my house. The room went quiet, too quiet. The hum of the old refrigerator in the corner suddenly felt loud, like it was judging me. I stood there with a grocery bag cutting into my fingers, wondering how a casual offer had turned into something that sounded like a promise. It started on a rainy Tuesday evening, the kind that smells like wet asphalt and forgotten plans. I'd stopped by the small corner store near my apartment after work, still wearing my wrinkled shirt and tie, mind stuck on deadlines and unpaid bills. That's when I ran into Mrs. Alvarez. She was standing near the counter, arguing gently with the cashier about a discount that had already expired. She noticed me, smiled with tired eyes, and waved. "You live upstairs, right?" she asked. I nodded. "Third floor. Leaky ceiling and all." She laughed, but there was a heaviness behind it. As we walked out together, she sighed, staring at the rain like it had personally betrayed her. "My daughter needs a husband," she said suddenly, not looking at me. I almost slipped on the wet pavement. "I'm sorry," I said. She turned to me then, eyes glossy but sharp. "I didn't mean that the way it sounds. I mean, she needs stability. Someone kind. Someone who won't disappear." I didn't know what to say. I barely had my own life figured out. 32, single, renting a small apartment, working a job that paid the bills but didn't fill the quiet evenings. Still, something about her voice, raw, honest, made me listen. "She's been through a lot," Mrs. Alvarez continued. "Her father passed away 3 years ago. Cancer. Fast and cruel." She paused. "Since then, it's like the world expects her to be strong all the time. But strength gets heavy." That's when I said it. "Then tell her to come to my house." Mrs. Alvarez stopped walking. The rain soaked into my shoes while I waited for her to react. I rushed to explain, words tumbling over each other. I didn't mean, not like, I just meant she could talk. Have dinner. I cook sometimes. Nothing special. Just, a place where she doesn't have to pretend. She studied me for a long moment, then nodded slowly. "I'll tell her," she said. That night, I lay awake replaying the moment over and over. Who did I think I was, offering comfort when I barely felt steady myself? Still, beneath the doubt, there was a strange calm, as if I'd done something honest. 3 days later, there was a knock on my door. I opened it to find a woman about my age, holding a small container of homemade soup like it was a shield. "Hi," she said. "I'm Sophia." Her eyes were tired, but warm. The kind of tired you don't sleep off. I started. "I know," she said quickly, smiling. "My mom talks a lot." We both laughed, the tension breaking just enough. That first evening, we sat across from each other at my tiny kitchen table, steam rising from mismatched bowls. We talked about ordinary things, work, favorite movies, the best places to walk when your head gets too loud. She told me she was a nurse. Long shifts. Short patience for nonsense. Halfway through dinner, she went quiet. "My mom told me what you said," she said softly. I felt my face heat up. "I hope that wasn't weird." "No," she replied. "It was, unexpected." She looked down at her hands. "Most people tell us what we should do. You just offered space." That became our thing, space. She came over once a week at first. Sometimes we cooked together. Sometimes we ordered takeout and ate on the floor. Sometimes we didn't talk much at all. And somehow, that was enough. One evening, months later, she didn't show up. No message. No call. I told myself not to panic. People get busy. Life happens. Still, the quiet felt heavier than usual. At nearly midnight, my phone buzzed. "Sophia, are you awake?" 10 minutes later, she was at my door, eyes red, shoulders shaking. I didn't ask questions. I just opened my arms. She cried like she'd been holding it in for years, because she had. Her mother was sick, she said. Not life-threatening yet, but serious enough to bring back memories she wasn't ready to relive. "I'm tired of being strong," she whispered. I held her and realized something in that moment. Kindness doesn't always look like grand gestures. Sometimes it's just staying. Weeks turned into seasons. Winter softened into spring. Our dinners became routine, then ritual. We celebrated small victories, her promotion, my first raise in years. We argued once, about something stupid, and made up the same night because silence felt worse than pride. The twist came when Mrs. Alvarez invited me over for dinner. She watched us from across the table, eyes shining. "You know," she said, "when I told him my daughter needed a husband, I wasn't asking him to fix her." She reached for Sophia's hand. "I was asking the world to be kind." I swallowed hard. Later that night, as Sophia and I walked home under a sky full of city lights, she stopped and faced me. "You don't owe me anything," she said. "But I need you to know, what you offered that night changed my life." I took a breath, heart pounding. "So did you," I said. "We didn't rush anything. Love, we learned, isn't a rescue mission. It's a partnership. Two people choosing to show up, even on the days when they feel unfinished." A year later, Mrs. Alvarez stood in my living room, laughing through tears as Sophia tried on a simple ring. "You did good," she told me. I shook my head. "We did. Because in the end, it wasn't about a husband, or a house, or a promise spoken too quickly. It was about opening a door, literally and figuratively, and discovering that sometimes, the smallest act of kindness becomes the foundation for something lasting. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. When someone says they need help, you don't need all the answers. Sometimes, all you need to say is, "Come in."